Well, hello, Christina. Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad we got on this. And
Hi.
hello, everybody else, Rain Nation. We're excited to be able to share some things with you today. We've got some great things to go over. And I mean, as you know, we have amazing products that do so many different things. And one of the things I think that people are loving, Christina, is you're getting on every week and talking about, seed nutrition and the different aspects. Is there's so many aspects that dense nutrients can really provide, when we're getting into the cells and DNA of our body. But, today what we want to talk about, everybody, it's the first of the year. And if you're like me through the holidays, I'm not going to say no to all the goodies and all the different things that we get presented with at all the different family parties and events and stuff. So I know one of the things that's on a lot of people's minds are, what products can I take? How can I focus on maybe even some weight management, losing weight? And what can I do to really boost my metabolism, to curb some of my sugar cravings and different things like that. So, I know that we're going to talk about a couple of our products today that can help do some of those things. And I know, Christina, you've done a lot of study and research on this, but we really do have some products that can help aid in that, which is pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just gave a talk about this, Byron, and I actually mentioned some of the Rain products because I was asked what I take and what I do. So I'm excited to be able to talk about this today.
Well, great, everybody. And so what we're also going to do as we talk about this is we are going to have an announcement for you, and we're going to give people an opportunity. We put a couple of things together that we've kind of packaged, and we've even made it pretty aggressive as far as giving people a chance to try this, because we want people to see the power of this. I know when we focus on certain things and people are paying attention to that, they notice it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been in a room where we're going around and people are sharing testimonials on the different products, and one person says their testimonial and maybe they had a different experience than somebody else, but when somebody else mentions, hey, I didn't have to go to the bathroom for the last 2 weeks, somebody else that was sitting there that didn't realize that that was a testimonial or a benefit that they had said, hey, wait, I've noticed that same benefit. I didn't even realize that. And so a lot of times when we're not focused on it, we don't see it, we don't realize it. And I think as more people start to focus on how they feel, lean body mass and being able to lose weight, they really start to focus on that, they're going to see the differences that can be made with these products. And what we're going to talk about today, since all of our products have some benefits, we're gonna really kind of focus on Pure. I want to focus on Bend, and we're going to focus on our protein. We're going to focus on our form. And the reason that I'm going to focus on those three, it's not that Soul Red and those things don't help, because we know with the ketones and everything, it's powerful. But those are we talk about that quite a bit. We talk about those products quite a bit. We know a lot of people. I mean, if we look at the cells of Rain, when I look at Soul and Core alone, which are two amazing products, I love how you said that in Norway, where it's the mother and father of our product line. 70 to 80%, maybe 85% of all of our cells globally are those two products in and of themselves. And so what I want to do is I want to shed some light on some of these other amazing things, because when it comes to gut, when it comes to the second brain of your body, I mean, it's so important. And if you want things to work properly, whether it's weight loss or whether it's, hormones, or whether it's so many different things, it's not just the liver, it's that second brain as well. And making sure that we have, a healthy gut to be able to metabolize the things that we put in our system. So maybe you can talk a little bit about Pure for us, Christina, and tell us some of the benefits of that.
Absolutely. And I want to talk a little bit today, because I actually have been on a lot of phone calls today with people, Byron, that called me about Rain's products, and as well as, I'm the chairman of the International Seed Nutrition Society. They wanted to know why I was so, a fanatic about seeds and seed-based products. And I commented today on a couple of calls, I don't feel like I'm a fanatic. I feel like I am a research scientist that understands the body, because I've spent my life doing this. And I want to share with you, because this is something, and please stop me if it's too much, but I want to make sure everyone at Rain understands I'm in a unique position because of Byron and because of the executive board to be able to talk to you guys about science. And that will explain why these products work. I want you guys to know that obesity and weight gain is a real disease. It has a lot of physiological effects. I want you to know that 70 diseases are caused actually and linked back to obesity and weight gain, including diabetes and including heart issues, including things with fertility. And there's certain types of cancer that the United States Nutrition Society links back to obesity and weight gain. So I want to explain to you guys what happens and why things like Bend and Pure and Form are so important and why we put those ingredients in there. We do understand that life isn't perfect and that people go throughout their day and they are busy doing things. But as a scientist and as a group of leaders, we also understand that there are seed-based products that can help with that. As a scientist, I understand that the hypothalamus of the brain actually uses the nerve endings to communicate with the fat cells. And as those fat cells are given bad food, they actually start malfunctioning. And things like hormones like insulin are produced, and the body cannot handle it. And you start this cascade in this pathway, and the body is out of rhythm. And that same issue can be an issue with why when you start to lose weight, why do 80% of the people, according to UCLA studies, where they studied 30 of the main research diets, why does it show, Byron, that even though that people may lose 10 to 30 pounds, within a year to 2 years, 80% of those people gain it back? My goal at Rain is like yours. I want to produce something that long term that doesn't happen, that we help the body support overall wellness and health. And so when you're talking to me about products, in my mind, I know why we created them. And I know that it wasn't specifically for weight loss, but it was for wellness. And I know that as a scientist, if the hypothalamus is communicating with the fat cells and making us hold on to weight, how do our products make that stop? How do we reverse that? So when you ask me about Pure and about the GI and how that's important, well, when the hypothalamus of the brain is communicating with the fat cells, it's also communicating with the rest of the body, and it gets out of rhythm. So when you take a product like Pure that's composed of good types of bacteria that will go into the stomach, and really, I've talked about this a lot, it can provide peace. It causes the body to start actually working right, and it helps the brain and the fat cells communicate better so that it can help speed up metabolism. And I know Byron asked me about one of the products, but I want to tell you guys this, that is essential to weight loss and to maintaining weight loss. We understand now as scientists that this basically abusive cycle within our body has got to stop. The only way to do that is to control the brain and the GI and the hormones and the neurotransmitters. We understand now that it's the hormones, because of this malfunction, that are really causing things to get off kilter. Unless your stomach and your GI, you guys, have balance and are at peace, you can have the best diet in the world, but ultimately your body's going to keep out of sync. So you've got to think about it like when you're drinking water. I mean, I think my cup says hustle, but anyway, this is, Pure in the water. And I had Bend when I got in this morning as well. We'll discuss that. But with the Pure, the reason I'm drinking that every day with water, Byron, you and I both know that when I was in Ukraine, I started becoming a true believer in a product that you and I had the opportunity to work on together. But knowing as a scientist that this is helping my body adjust, knowing that I'm in January and I'm like you, Byron, I didn't eat the best food in December. I want to give my body the best shot at losing weight, but not just losing weight. I don't want to be in the 80% that gain that weight back, right? I want to change my lifestyle and my body so that I maintain that weight once I lose it and it's gone. And my cells, my fat cells, my brain, my GI, my stomach are working better and communicating right. You and I talk about this a lot, that it's, we've produced products and we work with a group. We care about people's health and wellness, and weight loss is a lot more important than looks. Weight loss is about, if we know 70 diseases are caused by this, it's important that we do this. So Pure is definitely something, and Bend and Form, that have ingredients that help. But starting making sure in the morning that you are taking this. People ask me, when do you take it? And here's my comment. Well, when do you want to start losing weight? When do you want to start communicating with your cells? You know, no one needs to remember the hypothalamus, but what you need to remember is what's going on in the body between the neurotransmitters with the brain and in the stomach. And you need to understand you've got to cause it to calm down. And that's why Pure, with what we put in it, is essential for people with a prebiotic and probiotic to really help that body communicate right, cause peace within the body so metabolism can speed up and the body can really help those fat cells shrink, because you're born with a certain number of fat cells. You want them to shrink and stop asking for the wrong food. And that's really what Pure gives you a shot to do. It does a lot of other things too, but that's really on the topic of weight loss, what people need to understand and why it's so important.
Well, and you know what, it's crazy because it seems like more recently, and I never would have thought that anybody would surpass the US in obesity for this or that. And you know, now some of these new studies that are coming out that I'm hearing is Mexico is the first country to pass the US for child obesity. You got countries like Australia that are starting to catch the US for obesity. So, I mean, you're starting to see that this is not just a US problem anymore. I mean, this is something that's going to affect the globe. And we need to make sure, once again, that we're aware of that. And I mean, I haven't heard that before. So I love that you saying that. That's the first time I've heard that being overweight can cause 70 different illnesses or diseases. That is unbelievable. So you need to stop it where it starts. That's why, you know, we focus so much on inflammation and stuff as well in the product, but in our products. But wow, that is crazy.
Yeah, and you know, you know that I maintain either teacher positions or stay in school postdoc at Harvard or at other schools. So I hear that there, but also I do my own research and I sit in different committees. And I think people don't understand really about the fat holding on and how they have to change the way the body's communicating. I love how we're bringing the story to people. And I think we really need to step it up. One of the things I'm horrible about is telling people where they can go get products. Like I was doing these calls this morning and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to explain better. So I love the fact that we do these calls together. I think they're needed because you guys, without you all, I don't tell people where to go to buy it. And I think it's very, very important that they go and they get the right products. Byron mentioned Bend and Form. I did a talk just on Form earlier today and it had nothing to do with rain, but I mentioned Form because I was talking about Byron, the seed-based products. And I was talking about how important it is because the seeds have the essential vitamins and minerals. And the more I've understood and studied and even written articles on different types of diets, the more I understand that it's really the right food, it's nutrition. There's a 10,000 patient registry on weight loss that Brown ran. So they took 10,000 patients, Byron, and they looked at them. And in those 10,000 patients, they wanted to see who could keep off 30 pounds or more for 1 to 2 years, up to 5 years. And they enrolled 10,000 patients in 50 states in the United States. And they were able to see that in this country, which would reflect other countries as well, of course, that the people that were able to lose that weight and keep it off were not tied to a specific diet. What they were tied to is 97 and 98% were tied to nutrition and wellness. And they did protein, vegetables, and a little bit of fruit and carbs. And they did only carbs twice a day. The reason I'm bringing that to you is because they didn't really see any other main difference. The main thing, they did see that you needed to exercise, but the main thing was nutrition. And so with Form,